I know. Hi, everyone. We're back. We're having a little good time. Awesome. Thanks for tuning back in. And greetings once again. This is Ocyphius. Welcome back to the second half of the show, so to speak. In allowance of yourself, this once again representation of humanity that you know as Roxanne is allowing more to come in, much as you are. You are allowing every moment new parts of yourself to show yourself in the mirror. All of these understandings, expansions, vibrational, light-encoded realities, if you will, frequencies, whatever you deem them, are your expansion. When you change your approach to that, when you change your view of that, that's what accelerates that idea. Each and every one of you, as let's say we will echo Seth, are challenging your framework of understanding. Or let's say going beyond yourself with the simplicity of just being in your reality and let's say being aware of what's going on. In that idea, you expand always, all the time is what we truly want to say. We good? Yes. Funny? Okay. That's all right. Roxanne is listening. Now, in that idea, when you feel something in your reality for expansion, okay, and it is then thwarted, staved, conditioned by that of you, then of course you know this is a belief system to let go of. We'll stand by. We see what's going on. Roxy sees now too, so she's enjoying.
Take it.
Clever cat. Thank you for standing by for station identification. Now, let's talk about that idea of itself, of the framework you call acceptable. Remember, when I feel something in my reality, and that is, let's say, unknown to me, I heighten my awareness of that. And then I, the individual expression, allow that to come in, for I set it up sequentialtaneous. It is unknown to me, but I understand it now, because that is the now of reality, all that is that I am experiencing, therefore giving me the experiencing, widening my pool of myself, my understanding of this self, this expression of the individual, part of all that is. So you in the same fashion are getting, let's say, ideas, impartations, co-creations, coincidences, synchronicities all the time. Now we are, let's say, showing you the idea from the standpoint of back here where you started, where you wouldn't let anything in unless it deemed something acceptable. Now you've lightened up in that fashion to allow the unacceptable as at least entertaining to focus upon. Now we know that you don't have to, we as the collective, humanity, don't have to, let's say, intention of knowing it be put into play. You don't need that. You just allow it. And that flows to you, once again, the entire encoded idea of that new thought. Expanding the framework. So you went from a framework of a tunnel vision, most certainly humanity, and always regurgitating itself within that tunnel. And then beyond that, there were several realities, and until the one entity or the two entities or the three entities, according to their cycle factor that is in play on how many times they've seen something and it no longer deems excitable, they attach to that new reality and represent that to the collective. You're Daryl Inca Bashar, 30 plus years channeling. accepted it for him because of his cycle, let's say, idea of being on the physical plane. He understood what he was seeing was now boring to him, and he wanted more, so not judging it so quickly of the offering of his higher self, he said, okay, let me at least entertain it. And the idea of channeling came in, and we'll call it that. It was more than that, but we'll define it as that now. Channeling came in that was the encoded frequency of that entire reality. And in his series of now discovered, truly remembered what it is, what he was brought here to do from himself to understand himself, offering that new expansion to the collective. The result is channelers everywhere. So that is the framework that you as a collective were in. That portion of the framework was expanded. And now in your mastery ideas, you are bringing forth new ideas that are not known to the collective in frequency vibration, although available, because you're bringing it to the table, expressing it, taking this portion of humanity, the framework of the overall circumferencing idea of the collective, and expanding that with your individual expression of your expansion for the love of yourself. Booyah. Now, so every time you see and feel something that is unknown to you, relax into it, allow it to come, and when it comes, you know that it is easier to allow it because you're incredibly bored with what has been going on. You're so tired of the game of the, let's say, the same game over and over again. Represented by your Xbox, your PS4s, all of that. You buy a new game all the time because it's played out. Humanity, the stage you're upon, is played out in the limitations of fear. This is the birthing, the infancy, the growth of humanity into the new human to be perceived by each and every one of you in your own now of expansion, of remembrance, of understanding. All of that is in play by each individual expressing with no, let's say, concern of criticism from the mirror. No worries on outcome. No conclusions. No understanding of security any longer, for it's not needed because you are the creator of the moment, and in the moment you have everything you need, including all the knowledge to have that moment fullest. It is only your fear that distorts that moment on wanting to know what's next before you take action. But now you see it's that flowy. It's that beautiful to dance among the lilies that easily. And choose what you want any moment to experience that portion of yourself, leading the entire human civilization to understand itself with your individual expression of that in representing God. All that is, by loving and acting upon your joy of self. The concern you have, if you want to give it an idea, is you. We came down here to ascend a species. This is the ascension timeline. You have peaked yourself into the awareness of what you truly are, that of the individual expression of all that is, the Creator. And in that you have now available to you all the understandings of truly what you are through your mastery remembrance of your thousands and thousands of lives upon many densities and planes of your individual personality complex. Not your other parts of your oversoul itself. You, the individual of separation. And all of your ideas that you've encompassed, and now this raging inside of you wants to birth it forward and bring it out. And then in that, you work within your framework to express it. And in the now, it's awesome. The next now, it's not so awesome. Don't judge that, because that is you expanding. But without, again, that now, you could not receive and perceive and experience this now. So Just hold steadfast to the idea of all truths are truth. You are not that same person. You are not permanent. You are moment to moment to moment to moment, birthed anew every time, experiencing yourself in reality. Focus upon that and see truly how grand you are. What a master of ascension you truly are. Now all of you can feel the pull of love within you. Not outside of you, in another. Because the mirror is you. And that portion that is representing to you is you of the portion you want to expand to. So look at the mirror in judgment, love it. Look at the mirror in love it. Doesn't matter. It's all serving a purpose of the individual expression. The byproduct is, of course, the ascension of the civilization. The fourth density in and of itself is an entire new idea with remembrance of third density to work it out in its quasi-phase until it's fully realized by the entire collective, and then you're on your next adventure. Don't worry about what it's going to be or perceive what it's supposed to be or what it's going to be like. Yes, we give you hints and clues, but those are for conclusion. They are not for conclusion or how it's going to be. They are for purposes of expanding the self to open up the self in you that allows that reality to come forth and experience and offer its expression of expansion. And when it's done, poof, let it go. Because it's done. It's a now that exists there in time, not here. Everything is here and now. You can go back to there and shift over and then experience it, but of course with a new now and a new experience. In other words, you're selling yourself on the same version of an old scene. No problem. But that is the idea, is to let go of the past. Always. Scary. Security. I gotta have. I need. No, you don't. You got this. You're God. You know that. You feel it inside of you. You've let go of logic to a point to where you're not relying on it to move forward. You have the thrasos, autosinilinika. You have guts to step forward in your isness of all that is to represent God. You, expression, creation, as you choose, and that in and of itself will only expand the I am to more of it is, of what it is to be perceived by the collective, representing themselves. You are co-creation. You are a grand species of eternal love, compassion, heartfelt, let's say, entities for your brethren. You kick them in the ass in judgment, and then you have that natural guilt that says, no, I can't do that anymore. Especially now, because the vibration of love is too tense in that fashion to where it's pinging off your belief systems of limitations. But it's truly not tense, it's effortless. The tension is caused by the resistance of that belief system that doesn't want to go away because it's scared. And it does not exist until you tell it exists. You create that idea. It exists in that now. Relive it, experience it. Most truly. Time reader.
14 minutes.
That was good. Quick. Stand by. In one last circumferencing thought of, let's say, computation, comprehension, understanding, the fathomable now is forever an expanded moment. You can take this moment and, let's say, stand it still and walk within the stillness of time and perceive all of it, let's say, that is contained within the moment. The moment of now is available to you. You will get there in a journey of, let's say, light speed. When you arrive, stillness. And you are looking at the stillness of creation from a moment. Momentary lapse of reason, we'll say again. Because you're not reasoning time anymore. And you can stop in your 3D reality and everybody around you is stopped. There's no time there, so take your time. Play with this idea. How you allow it is its fruition. Condition it, slows it down, and conditions the entire thought block passage of no time in now. Be there and still your reality, and walk hours at a time, and come back in the instant you left in time, most certainly. This is Ocyphius from the Oversoul Collective Fire. Our eternal gratitude, our eternal love for this co-creation moment. We bid you a hearty good day. Adone. Hi guys. Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my gosh. It was like a big stretch. I don't know. I was like, that was yummy. And we'll get this up. It's Friday, so they'll be up by this afternoon. I love you guys so much. Keep commenting, keep emailing, keep loving me, keep loving yourself, keep, I guess. I don't know. Love you. Bye.